Hi, my name is Timur Bislangurov. I'm managing partner at Vista Immigration Law Firm in Moscow. Today, I would like to talk about a situation when a foreign citizen has a wife, Russian wife, or the other way around, Russian husband, is a highly qualified specialist and has a Russian kid. Uh, so the question is, based on which ground to apply for a residency permit, based on the Russian kid or based on the highly qualified specialist work permit? Well, in order to answer this question, the main thing is to understand what's the final goal. Yeah, if the final goal is to apply for the residency and stop on the residency, then it's obvious that you need to apply based on the Russian kit, because in this situation the residency permit would be issued for indefinite period. In case you'd be applying based on the highly qualified specialist work permit, then the residency permit would be limited by the validity of the highly qualified specialist work permit. But in case your final goal is to acquire Russian citizenship, then you have the possibility to choose either to apply based on the child or to apply based on the highly qualified specialist work permit. So what would be the differences? Well, the process of applying for the residency permit based on the highly qualified specialist allows you further, because it will be um, a residency permit, although limited in time and also a link to your work permit, but it is enough ground to further apply for the Russian citizenship. The difference between the two procedures would be that the processing time after you make the application based on a child is 4 months, and based on a highly qualified specialist work permit, the processing time for the residency is 3 months. So it's a bit faster. And document-wise, there are slight differences in the documents that you need to provide. Actually, in the beginning of this year, the immigration authorities changed a bit the requirement, and they now require to provide two more additional documents for those that apply for the residency based on highly qualified specialist work permit, making it harder as it was before the beginning of this year. So I'm referring to the two documents that were not needed for highly qualified specialists in order to apply for a residency permits. Number one is criminal record. So last year it was not required, yeah, and when you apply for the child, it is required. And also, highly qualified specialists didn't need to pass the medical checks. Now they also need to provide medical checks. So immigration authorities, to a certain level, made it harder to apply for the residency permit based on highly qualified specialists, but still it's a bit faster processing time. And in different situations, it actually depends. For some people, it would be easier to apply based on the HQS work permit, yeah, because you need to provide the copy of your work permit. You would need to provide your labor agreement, and if you apply for the based on the kit, you need to provide birth certificate for the child, and it has to have a stamp on the back of it that the child is a Russian citizen. And you need to provide Form 8, which is a confirmation of permanent residency, propiska, for the child in Russia. So it all depends in each particular case, because for somebody it's harder to get the documents on the child rather than to provide documents basically from the employer, which is the labor agreement or the work permit, yeah, which most of the foreign nationals anyway have already, yeah, because they're highly qualified specialists. So these are the main differences, and the bottom line is to understand what's your final goal. So if your final goal is residency and you don't plan to apply for citizenship, then obviously you apply for residency based on child. If you plan further to apply for citizenship, it might be easier for you to apply based on highly qualified specialist. And once you get your residency, and provided you are married to a Russian for longer than 3 years, which is the current law, you can apply right away for Russian citizenship. Yeah. So this is the difference. Hope it was useful. Uh, Bye bye.